Hey guys, anybody got any water? Got any water or Gatorade? No? Oh. All right, have a good one. See? It's trash. It's trash. But for the most part, no trash. Hey, let me scare you guys. Just looking for water. You guys, the guys back, gals, that's how they eye roll, I know. Gender stratosphere, don't know if it applies to cows. Water? No? All right. Y'all got milk though, maybe. And beef. Love your beef. Oh man, running. It's one of those things that you love to hate. It's one of those things that it's probably one of the least favorite cardio activities for most people, I'd say. Ah man, but it feels good once you get done and it settles in. Running's definitely been a big thing in our lives. What's up, chicks? Hey, pig. Pig, what are your thoughts on running? You ain't got no time for it? I've seen you run really fast. Yeah, no running in your future, I get it, that's cool. All right, so I think the last time I ran was back in May. I was running pretty consistently for a couple weeks. Babs runs nonstop. She runs consistently 2 to 3 miles a day. So she stays consistent with it. So I think our last run we did, like organized run, was the Pigeon Forge half marathon. And that was November, December of last year. That one was cold. That was very cold. I think it was in the 20s or 30s when we started. Ran up around Dollywood, but that's fine. Like that's gorgeous weather when you're running. Running's just one of those things. I don't know. I know we say we hate to love it and stuff, but it's like a therapy. It's like once you get going and running, and once you start getting mileage under your belt and you can just run like no big deal, it kind of becomes a therapy. Just clears your head. You get out there on the road or the trail and you just run and clear your head of whatever thoughts you have, and you're gonna work out at the same time. So I think we've done 6 Ragnars with the Halcombs. We've done Wasatch Back, Vegas, SoCal, trails. They're all like, you have a 12-person team. You have 2 vans and you run like basically 200 miles, but you're switching off the whole time. It's a relay, so everybody runs like 3 times. It's a wild 24, 36 hours. It's actually really fun because it's a team thing and you complete it together. So that was one of our favorite things. Dozens of half marathons, full marathon, LA marathon, where Babs passed out from dehydration around mile 14, 15. That was fun. I mean, I can't even name all the 5Ks and 10Ks. Babs never ran before, ever, in her life until she met me. I remember we did the, what was it, the relay in LA? And it was like, was that the name? I think we still have the shirt. It's one of those ones where everybody like runs at the same time, and our time happened to be like 1 a.m. in the morning. You're running with everybody else in the world or something, and ours is like 1 or 2 in the morning at the LA Coliseum, and you're running the streets of downtown LA at 1 in the morning. Yeah, not the brightest thing. But that was fun. That was one of our first ones that got Babs into running, and she hated it just like anyone else does. But now she does it nonstop. And like I said, we have all those other races, but the reason I'm running today is the girls' school, Maryville City School District, does a Rebel Run where the money goes back to the school district. We just signed up for it a couple days ago, and it's this Saturday. So there's nothing like, I've never been a training person. I am terrible when it comes to it, when it comes to prepping for runs. Yeah, we run like how we usually run. I mean, we could throw down 3 or 5 miles, no big deal. But when you try to stretch that out to a marathon or a half marathon, it doesn't really cross over as well. And we finish in fine time. Nothing to be upset about. I think with Ragnars and half marathons, my pace was just at 8 minutes. Running this one right now, I'm just at about 10 because I haven't ran in forever. But that's no excuse because I can get that pace down. So I just need to run the next couple of days, keep chipping at it, and then it'll be fine for Saturday. But yeah, so that's why we ran. Whew. Feels good now. Now I can have my coffee. Now I can just get the day going. It's good. Clears the head, and that scenery is gorgeous. Like, it's beautiful. Running this area, no problem running this area because it's sights for days. So, Babs, you gotta open it. It's for you. What was that smile for?
You bought it. You bought it.
You are not good at opening packages. You demonstrate it for us?
Now you put those bands on and do that thing where...
Yeah. So this is from, I think it's called Booty Sprout. And I think they're actually like in Knoxville or Tennessee, because I just ordered it the other day and it shipped in the day and it was here.
They're always popping up on my Instagram.
Yeah, so Babs always wanted one of these because, I mean, you do it at the gym, but you use like a bench and just dumbbells or a barbell or something, and
then you gotta
just something easy for her to have in the garage and do her hip thrusts with. So
then you can add multiple weights without hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Or resistance, I guess.
Awesome. And actually, one of your trainer friends
had one
and
and
posted,
for her birthday.
just posted it. And it was funny because I had ordered it literally the day before that she got hers, and then she ends up posting it and she gets one. You're like, oh my gosh, she got one. I want one. And I was like, ah, well, only if you knew. It's on its way. So exciting.
Every time I see this, I'm like, I would really like one of those.
All right, so getting good feedback on the podcast from Babs. She answered a lot of y'all's questions, helping y'all out with some fitness stuff, which is awesome. So yeah, definitely use her. Take advantage of her and the knowledge she has as far as fitness goes. If y'all want some just basic at-home workouts, just like I said, I've got the kids planned on there. I've got Uncle planned on there. I was mowing today and we ran out of gas right here. Terrible spot to run out of gas. But yeah, had another user on here from YouTube. Somebody moved from California to Georgia, took their family out that way, having the same experience that we are, and just, you know, thought it would be good to have him on, offer some of his experience and his advice, what he's learned. So yeah, I think the podcast is going to do great for everybody. I think it's going to be a good resource for a lot of people, have some valuable content for everybody. Obviously the kids is a big one because I want their feedback and their opinions on stuff. I think it'll help out a lot of parents that are looking to get out of California, but the kid might be the anchor there. But it's good. If anybody else can think of anything that would be a good topic for the podcast or someone to speak to, let me know, because try to figure out who some of the best contacts are to get on there. I do have my friend Taylor Kegley is coming on. He's a real estate agent here locally in Tennessee. Thought he would be a good resource, as well as my buddy Ryan that I used to do Soccer Dad Radio with back in California. He is a real estate agent and broker out there. Thought he would be cool to talk to, kind of give you a feedback on the real estate market in California right now. So I'm trying to think of, you know, any type of value that I can bring y'all. That's all I want to do, is bring you whatever value I can. Speaking of value, kind of a good place I get a lot of stuff from is a guy I started following, an entrepreneur. Started following him a while back, probably like 3 or 4 years ago. He did another podcast that was just around business and stuff. He since has stopped that one and gone to a new podcast, which is just real talk, basically with everything that's going on nowadays. Just kind of talk about current events and all that good stuff. Andy Frisella. I can't recommend him enough. He is a fantastic guy, a fantastic example of building from the ground up. Him and his brother started some fitness stores, some nutrition stores, and basically just wanted to revolutionize fitness supplements and all that good stuff and make quality stuff. And especially with the supplement market right now and all the crap that you can get that's coming out of China and you don't know where it comes from, like buying stuff off of Amazon, that's no bueno. Like, this is stuff you're putting into your body and you depend on your body to perform. So I put all my trust into Andy and everything that he does with First Form. But stepping outside of the box, like, he is, I know it's weird to say, but he's like a mentor, right? He's like a social mentor for me. I love his podcasts. I wish he would do more on YouTube. I know he started doing some, but he's a busy guy, and you know, the podcast is enough, and I think everybody gets enough value for it. He doesn't have advertising on there, doesn't have sponsors. All of this stuff is from the heart, from him, for free, because he wants to help other people. And the podcast I listened to today just like hit the spot, and I was like, you know what, like, it goes along with everything I said a couple videos ago, just wanting to find your voice and be a little bit louder, and what we're going with, you know, as a society. Like, are you really firm in that belief, or are you doing it just because, you know, you're too good to say that you don't know something, or too good to say that you don't agree with what's really happening? I think one of the good quotes he had, you know, is, if you're gonna dig your heels in and you're gonna stand on that mountain, you better know what that mountain's made of. I wanted to run up here and get the drone up really quick because another epic sunset Tennessee is dishing out. The podcast is Real AF, so real as, it's kind of play on words, right? Real AF and Andy Frizella. It's episode 60. It's called Liberating Your Mind. It's one that I think y'all follow me because, you know, there's a lot of stuff we share in common, and I think many of you would benefit from it. So that's the reason I'm suggesting it. And like I said, he doesn't charge, like, he doesn't have sponsors, he doesn't do any of the advertising, so he's given back for free. So that's the only thing he asks, is that we share it, and that's what I want to do. Is I want to share it with y'all. I think it's a great episode 60. Go listen to it. Hopefully you'll find it beneficial. Babs follows his wife Emily Frisella. Another awesome person, just like Andy is. They're like power couple. Like, I hope Babs and I can get to that level someday. Like, someday we will get there. But Andy and Emily are a power couple, and I hope y'all can hear me. They are a power couple though, and we admire them, and whatever I can do to help them. All of the supplements Babs uses is First Form. They're Opti Greens, which is your daily greens, vegetables and fruit intake. I can't say enough good things about them, so that's why I think it would be beneficial for anybody that subscribes to this channel and appreciates the content that I try to push out. You'll appreciate Andy. He's like Babs, he's very outspoken. He's not afraid to cuss, but he's very raw. If it's not your cup of tea, you know, don't be surprised. It's not for everybody. Sunset is not all it's cracked up to be. It looked a lot better than it was, and it is not. It's one thing my dad always taught me. He was a photographer, took lots of photos. He passed away when I was 17, almost 18, as a senior in high school. He would always say, find your own angle, right? He'd always promote finding your own angle. Don't follow everybody else, right? You go to Mount Rushmore, you go to the Grand Canyon, you go to Knoxville. Everybody takes the same photo from the same angle. The same photo of the mural, the same photo of the Grand Canyon from the South Rim, the same waterfall at Yosemite, from the picture point that they've nicely, you know, curated just for you to take your picture at. Take a few steps to the right and take the photo. You know, take a little hike down and around the trail, see if you can find a new perspective, right? It's one thing my dad always promoted, was finding your own angle and your own perspective. And I think that speaks volumes right now with so many things that we are seeing in our day-to-day lives right now. Cicadas. The sounds of summer in Tennessee. But yeah, he was always a big promoter of that. But with photography, he always said, you only have a few seconds to act. When you see something and you don't have your camera, you better be quick, because usually when you see something and you have that thought of, man, that's gonna be a good video, or man, that's gonna be a good photo, by the time you go get that camera or get that drone or something, it's gonna be gone. It's gonna change. It changes that fast, especially when it comes to sunrises and sunsets. You gotta be quick and you gotta be ready, because that sunset will change, the color will fade, and if you're not ready for it, you ain't gonna get it. And right now, we ain't getting it. It looked great down there, but right now it doesn't look the same. That's it from Tennessee, y'all.